Hello, beautiful people. I was going to do a blog post about this, but then I figured it would probably be a heck of a lot easier for me to just speak my thoughts instead of trying to type it out, because I really don't like posting like 75 mile long blog posts. I like them to be shorter and sweeter and to the point. So I figured it'd be a hell of a lot easier to make this video. So here I am making this video. So let's talk about witches, baby. Let's talk about what witches are and like kind of what witches aren't. And this is going to be kind of from my personal perspective. Because and here's my cat, talk about like if you've heard of witches familiars, I swear this little cat, he is like my little familiar. Anyway, that's a topic for another video. um, so yeah, this is going to be like the definition of a witch from my perspective. If you look online and look up what is a witch, what does it mean to be a witch, you're going to find a lot of differing views. And that's kind of one of the cool things about like spirituality and religions and witchy stuff and all of these things is, take what resonates with you and then leave what doesn't, and listen to different people's point of views and different perspectives and stuff, and come to your own conclusions. Because you'll hear people that say, no, there are right and wrongs and this is how it is and this is how it is not. That's not necessarily true. Spirituality and witchiness and being a witch is a spiritual path, is a personal one. So let's throw that out there first and foremost. Okay, so let's talk about, this is my favorite way to start it, is what witches are not. Because actually when I first started learning about like witchcraft and Wicca, which is a religion, I was at a bookstore. I was 18, and I've always been into like the occult and like weirder, kind of darker aspects of life, and not even darker, but just spirituality in general and different like people throughout history and how people live and think about God and all these things. But I was raised with Catholic on one side, Lutheran on the other, and so I was always taught that witches are evil, right? Witches are horrible. Witchcraft is bad. So I always had that stigma in my mind. So when I was 18 and I was at a bookstore, I was actually looking for like dream interpretation books, and I stumbled upon the witchcraft section, which at that time it was like this big of a section. You go to the bookstore and library now and it's much larger, which makes me happy. But I pulled a book off the shelf and I flipped it open, and the first page I flipped it to was a list of what witches are and what witches are not. And I read through that and I was like, oh my gosh, like reading everything that it is, I was like, this is what I've always felt I am, and like how my spiritual path should be, and it just all made so much sense. And you'll actually hear that from a lot of witches, and especially people who are pagans and Wiccans. They always say it was a feeling of coming home, and it really kind of is, because when you start learning about this stuff, it really is something that's like primal within us, which I will get into, because that's part of my definition of being a witch. It really just kind of like stirs something within you. But so yeah, so witches are not devil worshippers. Witches are not, we're not Satanists. Witches do not eat little children. Witches do not sacrifice animals. Witches do not put hexes on people. I'm just trying to think of other like stereotypes of witches. But yeah, witches are not evil. Now, side note to that though, because now I'm kind of all over the place because I don't like to like take notes. I don't like to be rehearsed. I like to just speak from the heart. So now I feel like I'm kind of like scattered. Okay, so yeah, witches are not evil. And you know what? You may honestly have some witchy tendencies yourself and you don't even realize it. Some of the things that you do are witchy, and you may just not have put that term to it, but what you're doing is witchy. Technically working with crystals, that's witchy. Working with essential oils, that's kind of witchy. If you make herbal teas for things, that's kind of witchy. If you do anything involving the moon, if you're setting your intentions at a full moon, that's witchy. So there's lots of things that people do that are pretty like common day-to-day stuff that have their roots in like witchy tendencies. So that's kind of cool. So you may be sitting here thinking like, wait a minute, so am I a witch? So basically, being a witch is not a religion. you can be any religion and be a witch. So, like, there is such a thing as Christian witches. They practice the Christian faith, but they are witches. There are, so I did say that witches are not like evil and do bad things. Unfortunately, there are Satanists that do like kind of witchcraft stuff, but I feel like they're off in their own little space. Like, we don't discuss them. I am not all about that. Witches really are all about good, all about spreading positivity, spreading light, spreading love, spreading healing, honoring ourselves, honoring humanity, honoring Mother Earth, honoring, the plants and the animals. And yeah, so to me, being a witch is tapping into that. I already talked about that primal energy within you, tapping into that, that ancient fire within you. And if you're watching this video, chances are you've probably kind of felt that stirring within you. It's that wild woman within. It's that primal woman. It's the feeling of, years and years and years ago of when older women in communities were revered. They were honored because they were wise. It's tapping into that. It's tapping into when women were honored, when women were prayed to, like goddesses, Mother Earth, when the divine feminine was like, that's what people prayed to before, the whole masculine side took over. It's feeling that within you and embracing that. It's trying to grow that fire within you rather than stifling it and shoving it down. Being a witch is, embracing nature. Being, recognizing the cycles of life and the cycles of nature within the cycles of yourself. I mean, as women, with the moon cycles, our bodies physically go through cycles as well, with our periods every month, which kind of sucks, but it's also kind of cool if you think about it. Like, our bodies physically are connected to the moon, to the cycles of the universe, to the cycles of the earth. It's all a big circle and we're all connected. Being a witch is, trying to tap more into your spirituality and connect with Mother Earth and connect to yourself and your higher self and to others. It's about, honoring the earth, honoring animals, healing yourself, healing others. And then there is also the magical aspect of it, which, again, the word magic, it makes it seem like it's this really mysterious thing. It's really not. Like I already said, if you set your intentions every month, it's the full moon, like tonight, actually, I'm recording this, it's the full moon, and you meditate under the full moon, and maybe you write in your journal, you set your intentions. That's magic. You're working magic. You're using the magic within you. You're using the magic of the moon to set your intentions and make your life more positive. So that's what it means to be a witch. It's not scary. It's not negative. It's empowering. Especially, and men can be witches too, but especially as women, it really is tapping into that internal fire, that internal primal energy of being a powerful, badass, nurturing woman. Women's bodies are built to give life. Like, that's freaking powerful. So being a witch is embracing that. It's trying to connect to that and trying to help others connect to that. So I really have no idea kind of what I just said, all of this, so I hope I wasn't rambling. But that's kind of my intro to what does it mean to me to be a witch. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions too. Post in the comments or whatever. If you think that somebody else would like to hear this, by all means, share out this video, share out this blog post. I am going to put this on YouTube, and then I'm also going to post it on my blog. You can check out my website, healingmoonlumina.com. I'll post that here in the link of the YouTube video as well. But yeah, hopefully that answered kind of some questions of what it means to be a witch. All right. Many blessings, everybody. Bye.